right, getting into the video here. As you can tell by on your screen, Gage is up to bat. He's going to be giving his 2022 NFL award predictions here. If you don't know, it's for the Offensive Rookie of the Year, Defensive Rookie of the Year, Offensive Player of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, Comeback Player of the Year, and the AP Most Valuable Player of the Year. So we'll see what Gage is all about with these. If you haven't already, check out mine and Dillon's. Link will be in the description below. Also, while you're here, you might as well hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and turn that notification bell on so you're notified anytime that we upload a video. Gage, the floor is all yours, my man.
Well, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Guess we're starting off with the same thing, right? Offensive Rookie of the Year. I went with Chris Olave. I've been pretty busy this week. I haven't been able to see who you guys picked. Who did you guys go with?
Dillon went with Garrett Wilson, and then I went with Sky Moore.
Okay. So we're all going wide receivers. I think we're kind of all in the same train of thought with. We don't think any of the quarterbacks are going to be successful this year. Kenny Pickett, if you've heard my take on it, he's garbage. He's going to bust, but whatever. I think he's the only one that probably has a chance to start, especially now with the Baker trade to Carolina. I don't think Corral gets a chance. And then running back wise, I don't think any of them are really world beaters or like game changers. They're more like, good pieces to the teams that they are on, but not really what you would consider like offensive rookie of the year numbers, which leaves all the wide receivers basically. The offensive linemen won't ever get any love. It's all about the wide receivers. So I'm going Chris Olave because of situation. Jameis Winston's a good quarterback in the aspect of he can throw the ball. So he's gonna get a lot of numbers. Like he'll throw a lot of picks, I'm sure, maybe. Like traditionally he has. Last year he did it before he got hurt, which was nice. But Olave is gonna have that volume. The only wide receiver there is Jarvis Landry, really, and I love Juice, but Chris Olave brings a different level to that team and the abilities he has that Jarvis Landry doesn't have. It looks like Michael Thomas is still hurt. I'm curious if he even cares to play because he's been hurt for well too long at this moment in time. So it leaves Olave with a lot of targets. Olave is obviously extremely good. He is somebody that can work in the slot and on the outside. He's a good deep threat. Got good hands. He's a very good polished route runner. I think it's a good opportunity for him to win Offensive Rookie of the Year. I think it's a safe bet. So that's who I went with. Defensive Rookie of the Year. Mikey, I think you went Aiden Hutchinson, right?
I did, and so
Dillon went Trayvon Walker. So I didn't want to be like, I'm gonna take one of those guys to see. So I just went a little bit differently. I'm gonna go Sauce Gardner. Anybody that's watched our pre-draft stuff knows how much we love this dude. We think he's incredible.
Hate that he's on the Jets.
Yep, he's on the Jets. But that's part of the reasoning why I picked him. He's in a division with the Miami Dolphins, the New England Patriots, the Buffalo Bills. Two of those teams are going to be really pass happy, and the Patriots are always good at passing the ball with Mac Jones. All three quarterbacks are good, so he's going to get a lot of volume, especially since he's a rookie, and I think he can have a good opportunity. I think he's really good. I'm excited to see what he can do. I think it's a fair bet. Obviously, he'd have to put up some picks and stuff to do so, because sack numbers are a lot easier to get than like interceptions and deflections are. But I think he's a safe bet. I think he's my like kind of sleeper pick. Obviously, the Trayvon Walker, Aiden Hutchinson, those defensive linemen are always going to be good shouts. I'm just going to go a little bit different this year. But that being said, Diggs win it this last year? Or was that... No, that was Micah.
Yeah, Micah Parsons.
Yeah, so maybe Sauce can pull it out this year. I'm rooting for that. I'd like to see him do that. Yeah. And then into the more fun stuff that's a little not less just predicting. It's more offensive rookie or offensive player of the year. I'm going to go with Jonathan Taylor. Um, I don't think we see an MVP running back anymore. I mean, Derrick Henry and Jonathan Taylor have made honest shouts the last 2 years for legitimate MVP seasons, and I don't even know if they're in like the top three for the votings. So I don't see it happening. Um, that being said, I do think Jonathan Taylor is going to have a big, big year. Um, their offense got a little bit better. Matt Ryan will help that offense be a little bit more balanced per se, and honestly, Jonathan Taylor is just going to continue to get better. I mean, last year was his breakout year. He's still young. I see this as a good opportunity and a good chance that this could happen again. He's going to get the volume. He's going to get the touchdowns. He's going to get the touches. So I think Offensive Player of the Year is not out of the realm for Jonathan Taylor. And then for Defensive Player of the Year, I'm going with my boy Myles Garrett. Should preference to this with it's going to be Aaron Donald that wins.
Yeah.
Right? It's more than likely going to be him that wins. That being said, I think Myles Garrett is always a very good shout. His problem is he gets hurt towards the middle of the season, or like middle end of the season, end of the middle of the season kind of time, and then he just doesn't put up those gaudy numbers he was doing before. And that's kind of when you need to like blow up. Like Myles Garrett's always right out of the bat, like elite, and then he kind of mellows out. But a couple years ago he was hurt. Last year he had COVID, which, like, if you watched him play, completely changed how he played. It's complete. Well, not last year. Last year he got hurt. The year before that he had COVID, and I kind of like just completely shot him. But he's getting better and better every year. You can no longer double and triple team him with the defensive line that the Browns have put together with Jadeveon Clowney on the other side, and they're getting a lot of good pass rushers on the interior. You can only hold him for so long before he'll get to your quarterback, because that's all that happens to him. Anybody that knows, so they watch their favorite team play, and you have an elite pass rusher, that dude is getting grabbed and tackled all game long, and the refs look the other way. That's what happens with Myles Garrett. I'm excited to see what he can do this year. Mikey?
I was gonna say, unless you're Matt Judon, and then you just come blow off the edge, and the linemen just completely miss you, like always.
Yeah, when you wear really bright red sleeves, you just kind of blend in with the rest of the field, so there's no point blocking you. They'll just let you go.
Yeah, they miss him. I totally get it.
Uh-huh.
that was so funny.
That it was so annoying. We talked about that game too. The Browns. We're talking about the Browns Patriots game, and I was talking about because we had a right tackle hurt, and I was like, Matt Judon has got to be blocked. Like the week prior or whatever, like the last 2 weeks, he was literally getting unblocked, and he's getting sacks and strip sacks, and people just still were just like, oh, let's leave him unblocked. Can't. You got to block him. And then the Browns literally 3 plays in that game left him completely unblocked, and he made him pay on all of them. Quite funny. They show him some respect, but Myles Garrett has gotten much better. He's getting strip sacks like none other now. He looks for it. Like every time he's going for a sack, he's always trying to strip, and he does a very good job of that. He has the benefit of playing in our division, where the Bengals, offensive line was really bad last year, but it's new this year. The Ravens line is new, and the Steelers line is new. Like all young, kind of new, going in together, building chemistry up. And Myles Garrett, he's just a beast. Honestly, he's a freak. If he can just stay healthy, fully 100% all year long, I think he could run away with this. I think he should be expecting 20 sacks this season. Like that's kind of where his talent is. But he just needs to show it. Like I think he's better than T.J. Watt, talent-wise, obviously. But T.J. Watt is consistent. It's the same every game. And with Myles Garrett, sometimes he just kind of gets into a lull. Granted, he is getting triple teamed, double teamed, and held all game. But still, I'm excited. I hope it happens for him. Then we got comeback player of the year next, right? I'm going with Derrick Henry. Last year, everyone knows he got hurt. He broke a bone in his foot and had to get surgery or something like that. But he missed, I think, over half the season, like 9 games out of the 8.
Yeah.
Or that, yeah. So he only played 8 games. He didn't break 1,000 yards. When he came back, it was kind of a distaste because they tried to force feed him the ball in the playoffs, and because of that, they lost. Just never got it going. But Derrick Henry is a beast. Everybody knows this, and that offense. They just got rid of one of their best wide receivers and playmakers in A.J. Brown. So it looks like it's going to be kind of all on him, and I think it's a good position to be in. I mean, he's going to break 1,500 yards, period, right? Can he do the 2,000 again mark is kind of the question. I'm excited to see. He's going to be really good. It was a broken bone in the foot. It's not like it's an injury that would, could like hinder and come back an ailment. Like it's healed, it's back. It's not a muscle, it's not a ligament. So I'm not too worried about the potential chance of like re-injury of that foot, but I think he's a good safe bet for that comeback player of the year. Somebody that's injured, somebody that could have been an MVP this season prior to that. Honestly, probably should have been, depending on who you talk to. And then he gets hurt. Maybe if he comes back and blows up again, if he does play all year, he will. I think he's a good, honest shout for that. And then finally, we got the most valuable player.
Yeah.
We got Michael's dad, the Patriots' dad. This guy owns New England, and it's great to see. Josh Allen is honestly had 2 MVP years the last 2 years, and he kind of just gets left out. You hear about it a lot. People just don't really talk about them too much because they're Buffalo Bills, which doesn't make like too much sense because they've been good, like really good and consistent the last couple of years. They always seem to kind of like looked over for some reason. I'm pulling up his stats so you can see it. All right, so last year he finished with 4,400 yards, 36 touchdowns passing. Then he also had 6 rushing touchdowns and almost 800 yards rushing. He's a freak. He literally is that entire offense. It goes and through him, and he's just getting better. Like the year prior to that, 2020, he had a better chance at like an MVP. Through 4,538 touchdowns, and he had like 10 rushing touchdowns or 8 rushing touchdowns. And I think that like now that the Bills are kind of the sweethearts of the NFL, like it's kind of hard to hate the Bills, depending on your fandom. But overall, like the Bills are an extremely likable team. Josh Allen is a super likable guy. That playoff game is still on everybody's minds. That was probably one of the best football games in recent memory. So if he comes out and balls out this year, I think he's a good chance to be an MVP. And he's my bet for that. I mean, Aaron Rodgers can't win it a third year in a row, can he? Right, like it can't be 3 years in a row.
I don't know. I think that's just something with the Aarons, man. Aaron Donald, Aaron Rodgers. Just got to force feed them their awards, I guess.
Well, they're also pretty dang good.
I guess.
They kind of deserve it. But yeah, that's it for me. Not too much. These are my predictions. I'm just throwing them out there, having fun with it. But if you guys made it to the end of this video, make sure you guys do hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Like Mikey mentioned before, we're on a road to 100. We're real close. We'd appreciate it.
Come on.
Hit that noti bell, and we'll drop some more videos coming out here soon. So, deuces.
Peace out.